instead of asking the question how to capture minds, let's actually first ask what are minds. Let's start with the first principles, right? What is it that you're trying to capture, and how would you model a mind in the first place? I'm going to start with how many of you here have watched 2001: A Space Odyssey? The rest of you, what else are you doing with your lives? It's a fantastic movie, and if you remember at the very beginning of the movie, in fact, I would say it's one of the iconic shots of the celluloid medium in the first place, which is that kind of a primitive, pre-Homo sapiens species throws a stick, right, a bone, and it turns into, of course, the famous spaceship that Bauman and others were orbiting around Jupiter. If you remember, in the movie, there is a computer. What is the name of? Yes, HAL. Okay, but do you know who programmed HAL? So Dr. Chandra, and again, you can imagine that that was a time when Dr. Chandrasekhar was actually alive. So maybe he would have even been a model for Dr. Chandra. But the fact is that sitting here in India, the imagination of Arthur C. Clarke was that a South Indian man could be the person who invented the computer that could read people's minds. But of course, as you know, HAL went rogue and did things that you didn't want HAL to do, right? So I guess the question, therefore, I have in response to yours is, let's try to understand how is it that the computer became a model for the human mind in the first place, right? Forget whether you can use a computer to be better than us, worse than us, control your mind, control anybody's mind. Why is it that the mind is at all computational, right? And so computation as a way of looking at the mind is one of the profound new ideas that emerged in the 20th century. Before that, nobody had really been able to show how the mind could be modeled in a mechanical way. Today, we have that capacity. We all live in the world transformed by computation. And if computing is in some way the right way to understand the mind, sooner or later, it will also control our minds, right? To me, that seems like a sooner or later question rather than can it be done at all or not. The good news is that our minds are already captured by other technologies. We all live in the world recreated by the written word. So if you were to ask, what is a previous technology that helped control human minds? It's writing. Literally all of our lives are controlled by writing. I write something and you believe it. And as a result, in some sense, the thoughts that someone else has is already influenced by a technology that's now 5,000 years old, right? And so I don't think that we need to take a war posture necessarily, because computing is a technology that will control our minds, but that shouldn't bother us so much because there's an existing technology that already does that.